Hello, YouTube, and hello, fellow Cryptonairz. It is another day, another Friday, and I hope that everyone is really looking forward to the weekend. I can tell you for sure I am. You guys know what time it is. It's time for another episode of Around the Clock, the Cryptonairz Ladies of Crypto, where we share with you, sorry, cough drop, where we share with you the latest crypto news, trends, tips, crypto gossip, and NFTs. And tonight we have a special treat for everyone that is tuning in. And I hope that you guys will stay to the end because, as well as having a special guest, he shall be known as Human001, a very, very talented NFT artist, and we'll be telling you all about what he has to offer. But there will also be a giveaway for those that stay to the end of this live stream. So, hope you're listening. Call your friends, tell them to come on in, get on Twitter, get on, Instagram, TikTok, whatever your jam is, and get people in here to watch and to learn because you're going to get some great information. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our beautiful Allie, who's going to conduct tonight's interview.
Hey guys, like Corey said, happy Friday. I am very excited to have Human001 here with us today. Um, One day I was in a Discord server and someone that I've chatted with before, the lovely Megan, had shared a project that she was excited about and thought that some people she chats with might like it and might be interested in it. So, of course, I click over and I was blown away. That project was Cyborg's Arrival of Chaos by Human001. This is a relatively new project, and it's kind of just exploded on the scene. So, with that, I am going to introduce our artist of the evening, Human001. And how are you doing, Human? Thank you so much for being here. We are very excited to have you.
Hi, girls. Thank you for having me. I still cannot believe this is happening, if I'm being honest. I'm excellent. I'm excellent. I mean, less than a couple of weeks ago, at this time I would be sleeping with no idea I would create cyborgs, and with no idea I would be here, and no idea I would have a presence in the NFT community, and here I am. So yeah, I think I'm really happy. I'm great.
Awesome. We are happy that you're here and happy to hear that. So, I'm just going to get started. Why don't you give us a little background on yourself and tell us how did you come to be involved in NFTs to begin with?
Okay, so look, I think I first heard about NFTs way back in 2017 through a very good friend of mine who's actually supporting me throughout the project also. Thank you, Malcolm, if you're hearing me. Um, he sent me a link about CryptoPunks, and later on I started to hear about all these amazing artists, the likes of Xcopy people, a lot of money, the well-known ones. And I think that is when I started to get a better understanding of the value that NFTs bring to us artists. Later on, when Ether Lambos came out, I think that is when I really, really wanted to buy an NFT. I was so excited. Sadly, I missed the train completely on those. Same for Bored Apes. It was mostly because of money,
Yeah.
And yeah, well, this really exploded. I was gutted, to be honest. Um, and then basically I started looking into creating my own thing since I'm a work as a software engineer, and I'm graduated as an electronics engineer. So yeah, I'm curious from my nature, so to speak. So cyborgs are actually my second attempt at NFTs. So I remember talking to this friend of mine and told him, I cannot afford to buy an Ether Lambo now, so I'm going to create an homage 8-bit version of it. And he called me crazy. Yeah. And he started laughing, but it's what I did. I did actually do this collection. It's on OpenSea. It's called 8-bit Ether Lambos. And I also minted them one by hand. And they are still there, yeah, as of today. And I decided not to remove the collection. I just left them there because I believe it's part of my history. It's me experimenting with NFTs. So these are a twist on on the originals. They are 8-bit animated GIF representations, and yeah, it's just a way for me that allowed me to get into NFTs, basically to get my feet wet, so to speak. And cyborgs came a while after that, actually.
I did not know that you did a collection previous to this one.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So how did you get the idea for cyborgs?
So the idea, well, I love, as I said, I love software and electronics engineering, and I was always fascinated with technology from a very young age, I have to say. And I remember when I was a kid, I used to open my little electronic toys, working with remotely, and disassemble them and trying to build stuff out of the electronic components. So I started at a very young age, actually. And I do truly think that one day we will be part machines ourselves. If you think about it, this is already happening. If someone is amputated nowadays, can get a wearable robotic arm. If you have a weak heart, let's say you can get a pacemaker. Exoskeletons are also being looked into, making mere humans capable of lifting half a ton, no problem. As a geek, as a software engineer, I already had dabbled with AI art in the past, to be honest. And I did that to try clear my brain since, I do suffer from severe anxiety and depression. It's not something I'm happy about, but I decided that I'm gonna do something about it. So I was looking for a way to get everything out of my head, and this idea came while actually experimenting with machine learning and various images and modifying parameters to the ML algos. It just happened the AI generated what seems like a blank face and a neck, and at that moment a light bulb turned in my brain. So I guess I was very lucky. I went ahead and spent the afternoon refining what now we know as Cyborg number 1. I remember you mentioned it, Ellie, in the last show, which is just a blank white face of this human machine-looking entity staring straight at you. At that point, I told myself that I will mint this on OpenSea, on the Ethereum blockchain, because there's no reason. Because why not? I call it Art 2.0, and it goes hand in hand with the Cyborgs team. It's techie, and that's why I did it.
When I first saw these, like I said in the last show, I was absolutely blown away. I had never seen anything like these before. And it was only through joining your Discord server that I learned that there was more to each cyborg than what someone might think just on face appearance. Just looking at it, you might not know. Now you can tell if you look at the OpenSea page just by looking at the different NFTs that are there. Some of these are really intense. Some are lighter. Some the colors are darker, or the colors are lighter, or there's something going on in the face. You can tell like something's there. So I'm in the Discord server, and then I see you explain. Actually, I think that you may have gone to bed at the time that I joined the server. So
Probably.
There was Megan graciously explaining to everyone, for new people joining, covering. Yeah, she really is. Covering everything that you had shared previously after you did the first drop, where you were speaking to the community about each NFT and what was behind it. So did you want to tell us, like, I know that there's going to be there's going to be 1,200 in total, right? And each one
Exactly.
has individual traits.
Yes.
So how can you explain what this process is like when you're making them? Like, are you thinking about the traits as you're making it, or do you have something in mind already?
Right. So the process actually involves modifying various machine learning input parameters. I actually use two different ones. Uh, Both are optimized to recognize faces, and they can merge, how do I say this, various images to the whatever I input to them. So let's say I input the base cyborg, how I call it, which is cyborg number 1, which is basically what the first 100, the first generation is based on. And then what I do is I input a random image, and I then manually modify the parameters. There are something 40 odd parameters, sometimes more, and I change them and just get a feel of what would happen if I change this and that. And I'm now pretty decent, pretty good at this, I think. And
Yes.
I I do that because the AI has kind of like, it has a mind of its own, and the thing is that it learns as you go, so it gets better. It learns your style. After coming up with a handful of different cyborgs, exoskeletons as I call them, I try to make the AI algorithms merge one cyborg with the other, what I call breeding. And at that point, I change the parameters again programmatically, rinse and repeat, until I get a cyborg which roughly represents what I really want, or at least that is close enough. It isn't an exact art, it isn't an exact science. So first, I think about the team, I think how I feel, I think about maybe a point in time in my life, and then I start this process. After that, I may or may not make the new child cyborg breed with one of the previous Gen 2 cyborgs. You're currently at Generation 2, which are 200 cyborgs. Generation 1 had 100 cyborgs. And let's say if I want a shinier exoskeleton, right? There are some NFTs where the cyborg has a shiny face, so to speak. Or maybe I want a particular deformity on the face. In that case, I will breed multiple cyborgs. So this process can take anything from half an hour for the simpler ones, up to 4 hours easy, especially when trying to come up with cyborgs that represent something complex. So, for example, I said I suffer from panic attacks, which I do. And those take time because the emotions I feel are a mixture. So it means that there must be multiple cyborgs being bred to express what I closely, so to speak, to what I'm feeling. Yeah.
I think that for me personally, once I learned that there were emotions and moments attached to each cyborg, like it really hit home with me. I really connected with it. And I know that all of the other people in the server did as well, and everyone that has purchased your pieces. As humans, we all feel a myriad of emotions on a daily basis, and we all go through different things. And I could personally relate to some of the images, like things that I had gone through. And I am not an artist. Maybe some days I would like to think I am, but I can never manage to get that on paper. Or I'm actually pretty decent at photography because I can express things that way. But in terms of drawing something or painting something, or in your case, merging different algorithms together to create this moment that you are feeling, I'm not able to do that. So when I see something like that, that expresses exactly what I might have felt at a particular time, I imagine that an artist, it must be their dream to create this art that other people can deeply feel like on another level. If I were an artist, I imagine that's an amazing feeling. I mean, has it made you feel incredible inside or overwhelmed or?
Let me tell you, while doing these, there were a good chunk, um, which I started, crying. The thing is, they're so personal, and I try to expose myself, through the art, my soul, and having people on Discord chat and receiving those private messages telling me, listen, I purchased that cyborg, and it hit home. I lost a family member, or uh, yeah, my wife left me, or yeah, I'm suffering from depression, or yeah, I also suffer from anxiety. I can truly connect with people. I didn't expect to sell a single cyborg. I did this for myself purely. I wasn't looking for any money. I started this collection as a means of expressing myself and heal myself. I had a pretty bumpy past. Basically, this was my way of uh, heal my soul, so to speak. I'm just surprised that people wanted to know more about me. I mean, people have their own problems, have their own stories. So having the first 100 purchasers telling me, we want you to include the story behind each cyborg within the unlockable content, so you feel comfortable writing it. I was blown away. I was blown away. I was surprised that people would even bother. I thought maybe someone would buy one just to enjoy the art, but no, people really wanted to know the story behind them. So yeah, I am surprised and super happy.
What you're saying reminds me very much of Native American and indigenous people have myths about images and how they capture the soul
Right.
and the emotions. And you're sharing these images and for your own healing, and then ending up having them touch and actually help heal other people. That's exactly what I feel art is all about.
Exactly. And the thing is, my anxiety has improved. So even though each one is super emotional to me, it's incredible. I think it is working actually, and that might reflect in the art as we go along, I think.
Um, that actually brings me to a question that I've been wanting to ask you. If you were to look at the whole collection, Generation 1 and Generation 2, and
Right.
even within Generation 2, you can see that the actual cyborgs seem to be evolving. The way that, just the way that they look, the detail, and then you have the glitches. So
Exactly.
I was curious, is there going to be a final form, or it's just there's
Okay.
so much mystery. I just love this collection so much. I have so many questions.
Please ask. No, no problem. Okay, so the answer to that, it entirely depends on how this journey of creating cyborgs, the community, and I think life in general affects me. I mean, as I said, the art represents what I feel mostly, and particular life events. So if I'm having a bad day, or if I'm having a good day, or if I'm having an incredible day like today, um, probably I will feel the need to express that through either a new breed or through specific crossbreeding of cyborgs, or things like that. The the community and life in general will affect definitely what I produce. Now, what I'm going to say is what I hope is that by the end of minting all 1,200 cyborgs, and these are done one by one, manually, by hand, by me, the process of emotional healing and psychological scars through my art will become evident. I hope the cyborgs will become lighter and less dark looking, maybe with less pronounced traits in some ways. As you said, there are some cyborgs which are really dark. and there's a few at the moment, very few, which they're lighter, and you can sense a feel of calmness. And yeah, I hope that will bring me to the end, basically generating cyborgs which are convey a sense of calmness and happiness. That's my aim, because that would mean that I am happy and I am calm.
I'm just scrolling through the OpenSea. I want to show one of the glitches in case people haven't seen them yet. They're so unique. Sometimes I look at these things and I'm just absolutely speechless. I'm blown away.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And while I'm looking for the specific glitch that I wanted to show, we very briefly touched base on how the community have requested in Generation 2 that there be a description in the form of unlockable content. So actually, I think that I'm going to read, if it's okay with you.
Yes,
I'm going to read one of my unlockable contents, and I will also show the image. This is for Cyborg 246, the approaching deadline, 1 of 7. This cyborg embodies the feeling of anxiety, worry, excitement, fear, and happiness all at once. A total of 7 cyborgs, including number 246, representing a mixture of these feelings in various amounts, exist in the collection. These were refined via machine learning algorithms and minted moments before a cyborg NFT drop to better express these feelings. And I actually think that it's really cool that each unlockable content is signed Human001. I think for me, that adds a special touch. So I did want to show this specific, I have it in another window, I'm sorry. I wanted to show Cyborg 246. See here. Oops. Now, okay, in the server, we're referring to some of the unlockable content or the stories that have been created here as lore. I'm just sharing the screen. Is there going to be a way, because a lot of lore is locked behind the unlockable content. I can't see, like, if Corey has one, I don't know what her unlockable content says. So is there going to be a way for the community to piece everything together so we get like the full story? Or if you can't reveal it now, that's okay. I just thought, since I have you here, I'm going to take my shot and ask.
Let's just say that it's on the back burner. Maybe that is all I can say for now. Maybe I will keep you on your toes on this.
Okay, I'm going back to Cyborg 246 to share what it looks like, since I did read the unlockable content for this cyborg. So this is 246. Just the detail is, these are really special.
This one is kind of like a cross between a 2D and a 3D.
I love where you can just almost see the imagination just really goes to places, like you could almost see that there are eyes, but not quite. There's some light, but it's very, it's dim, but there is light there. Even in the metallics, but I love this piece, really do.
It's beautiful.
And what I try to do also, if I may, I try to change the parameters of the machine learning algorithms in a way that some will look as purely 3D, some will look as somewhat 3D, somewhat 2D, like this one. Some look completely 2D. Some will look as if they are out of a anime comic, So I tried to mix different styles. some are quasi-realistic. So yeah, there's a mixture for everyone to enjoy, I think.
There really is. And I think that there's something that everyone can connect with, even without knowing the stories. If you know the background of the collection, when you look at them, they kind of hit differently. And then I think that you can find someone or something, a cyborg that connects with you just by looking at them. At this point in time, they're probably not going to be available, but you can always favorite it in the hopes that maybe the owner would like to sell it one day. So
Hear that,
these are very difficult to get. And I remember I missed the first drop, like I said, by like minutes, it felt like. And the next day, it was my husband's birthday. I remember I was off of work that day and I had like a zillion things to do. And the collection, there was going to be a drop at a specific time. And I was not going to leave this desk until I secured one. That didn't exactly go as planned because they sold like that so fast. As quick as you could list them, they were selling. People were sniping each other. And this is when not that many people knew about it. I feel like it was only the second day. Excuse me. And people were.
I was speechless. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. I was literally minting them, putting them on sale, and getting bought immediately. But right that second, it was nuts. It was nuts.
And I feel like that happens every single time you drop a new batch. It's the same thing every time. It's the same thing. They are hard to get, but if you love these, I do suggest joining the server. You'll have a better idea of when things are going to drop. I know, and I think it's awesome of you. A lot of times, these collections, the artist, or sometimes there's like artist collectives, like they'll give you a heads up, like, hey, our collection drops on such and such date at time. And then there's huge gas war. Everyone's sitting there waiting. But you are very aware that people live all over the world and there's different time zones. So you drop them at different times so that everyone has a chance to get one. And I think that that's really cool. It's very selfless.
Yes, I do. Look, what I started this, as I said, not because I wanted to make money. It was a self-healing project. So I figured, I mean, people are supporting me now. I wasn't expecting that at all. Why not try be nice with others, try to help them get one of my pieces. And actually, I felt really bad when people started sniping each other. When I heard your last stream, and you said you lost what, $250 of. I felt really bad because, I mean, I created them, and my aim was to help myself and others. So seeing people lose money over my art, I was like, man, I don't want this to happen. So that's why I started then minting them randomly, and I stopped giving specific dates. So
that is not your fault that happens. That's just unfortunately the Ethereum network, and we all deal with it. But I have faith that will improve. It has to improve because it really, I don't want to say it can't get much worse, because I have seen days where the Gwei was $7,000 on a huge launch. And that is just like absolutely outrageous. But I do think that in time that it will get better. I know that there isn't a formal roadmap here. Even though this is a collection of 1,200 pieces, it seems like since they're done individually and they're marking specific emotions or moments in life, they all work together, but it's almost like they're one of ones at the same time. So I could see why there isn't a formal roadmap. Plus, this
Right.
collection wasn't really created for that purpose. But do you have any future plans for the project, or any like final goal? Is there anything that you would like
Yeah.
to accomplish besides
Yeah.
being happy?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I see this project doing a lot of good, if I'm being honest. I mean, I intend to donate a portion of the profits made to help as many people as possibly can. I will probably do when I mint all cyborgs, all 1,200 of them. I also don't exclude the possibility into turning cyborgs into a digital art business. From what I have been told, I hope that they are correct. It seems like we are the first creating this kind of uh, 3D and 2D generative art at this level of complexity, purely via AI and myself without any type of conventional 3D modeling and image editing software. Um, I also doubt there was anyone crazy enough to do this, and then on top of that mint each and every art piece manually for a total, yeah, of 1,200 unique cyborgs, as I said.
Wow.
And each is inspired by a personal story or feeling, and each I write by hand, and this includes as an unlockable content, except the first 100. And yeah, this is of course very early stages. The incredible thing is that the first cyborg was minted less than 2 weeks ago, as I said, and we are already inching towards 40 Ether in transaction volume, which is something which I have never dreamed, to be honest. This is just mind blowing to me and the community.
I just can't stop smiling because it really makes me happy, and hearing how happy this makes you. Like, I just feel very happy. And I know that other people feel the same. I sit in your server, I see what people say. So you mentioned, I'm sorry,
Look,
go ahead.
look, if I may, I work a 9 to 5 job. I'm working this after work. I In total, I think I'm working 19, 20 hours a day. I have never been happier. I have never been happier because I'm doing something which I love. I'm not seeing this as work. I'm seeing this as something I look forward to. I can't get enough of it. And that's why I'm not sleeping much, because I'm always engaging with the community. I love reading what people write to me, that they're getting touched by my stories, that it's helping them even. That's even better for me. I just feed off the energy. I mean, I love it. I just love it.
Um, you mentioned that you would like to donate after you have minted all 1,200 cyborgs, that you would like to donate a portion of sales.
Right.
You have specifically mentioned mental health NGOs. How are you going to go about deciding which NGOs that you would like to donate to?
Right. So there are many NGOs. I don't have specific details at this time, but what I can say is a portion of the profits from the cyborg sales, there won't be a dedicated wallet, right? I will use whatever I earn from the profits of all cyborgs. They will be donated, and the community will be very strongly involved into the matter. I think that would be the fairest way to do it. And yeah, I will try to do my best to see what people, what percentage needs to be donated, what NGOs, that kind of thing.
Okay. Now that we have, well, first, Corey, did you have any specific questions about the cyborg?
No, I'm just very touched, like many are, by this work and what has evoked it. I think that in this country in particular, and maybe even all over the world, I don't know. I can only speak from my experience in America, that mental illness is still very misunderstood. There's still such a bias and a stigma against people who suffer from any kind of mental illness. I have a brother that passed away about 2 years ago. Diabetes was the cause of death, but it really wasn't that. It really was his mental illness because he would not take medicine, go get help from doctors. He had
Yeah.
paranoia very badly,
I'm
and
sorry to
suffered
hear.
from depression a lot. Thank you. So this collection means a lot to me, for very personal reasons, and to hear that you are reaching people. You never know how your work is going to touch someone, but to have something touch people so on such an emotional level is very special. It really is, and it is a kind of work in and of itself, a kind of healing work, just as you have described. So I'm so happy that you could be here with us and share your work with those who are listening in and who will listen in, to the replay later. And anything we can do to assist and support you in spreading the good
Thank you,
word
guys.
about what you're doing, we're going to do it.
Really, really, I'm really touched. I mean, I wasn't expecting any of this, and having just being here for me is just mind blowing. Just thank you for your support. Really,
We are very happy that you agreed to come onto the show. I wasn't sure if you were going to want to do it, but we're happy that you are here and that you are willing, not just that you're here, that you created this work and you are willing to be so vulnerable. I know that I'm personally thankful that you were willing to do that, because I know it has affected me, and there's many other people that it has affected as well. So it's definitely touching people on a deeper level.
And that's exactly what art is supposed to do.
Yeah,
It
it's
should
true
evoke
art.
something, right?
Yeah.
I'm just happy I didn't mess this up so far. To be honest.
You're doing great. You're doing absolutely great. And you can hear the comments, and if you can see the comment section, and our people who are watching think you're awesome too. So
You're
you're
awesome,
doing
guys.
great.
Thank you. Thank you. I wouldn't. I would have never done this without the support of the community. I mean, I'm just one person. It's the people that make the project, not me. I really. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
And you guys, if you want to know more about Human001, please go follow him on Twitter. I keep flashing his Twitter handle on the screen, but they are also below, as well as his OpenSea address and collection. They are below in the comments of the YouTube description. So please go check that out. I'm getting a little echo. Don't know where that came from, but that's all right. You guys heard me.
So, Human, are there any other projects that you are interested in right now?
Yes, I am. So, I love the art, as I said already, but basically, I love the art produced by Xcopy, people, a lot of money, and
Yeah.
Yog Joshi, he actually joined our Discord recently. He's actually the guy that created the first Ethereum digital painting back in 2017, about 4 months after or so CryptoPunks. And yeah, he's active and he's there, and he actually minted a limited amount of these. I'm not going to lie, I bought one. Okay, this is not financial advice as usual. However, this is the first painting representing Ethereum, and it's being reminted, and people are sleeping on it. I cannot understand how. I can see this being very valuable down the line. So yeah, I bought one. It's can currently be found on OpenSea and Rarible, and it is a historical piece, and we all know what that means. Another NFT collection I am really into is Visitors of Imadegen. I find them cool. Guys, if you are listening, if you can airdrop me a Win Lambo, that would be cool. Recently, actually, this friend of mine made me aware also of cathodes.xyz. They're quite simple in nature. They kind of represent the cathode tubes in televisions. and I found them cool. I just minted a couple, and yeah, you can check them out on cathode.xyz. The Vogu Collective, I advise on checking them out. They're just dope. They are these
Yeah.
kind of like avatars with a camera as the face, and they're just I love them. I love them. I just snatched one, and well, as I said, Ether Lambos. Well, I would really love one, but I missed the boat on that one, I'm afraid. Yeah, and actually, I wanted to do a shout out. Thanks to the Ether Lambos community, and thanks to the Bored Apes community. We have members from both communities, and they're really pushing the project forward. Thank you, guys. I would never ever expected this, ever.
That's awesome.
I did have one last question. It's I guess it's easy. It's just about the future of NFTs. So what are you most excited or most looking forward to with the future of NFTs? For me personally, I'm very excited about experience-based and access-based NFTs.
Right.
I feel like everyone has their own interests or communities that they generally gravitate towards. And I think eventually we're going to be in a place where there's community NFTs that are being issued, and that will serve as like your gate to the community. Like if you have one of these, it will allow you to do XYZ within this community. And then experience-based NFTs like concerts or music festivals. I imagine having like a dynamic NFT from a music festival that when you get it, originally it's your ticket, but it's dynamic in the sense that it will change after the show, almost like a souvenir, and it will play different moments from different sets. Like every time you look at it, it will show a different clip. Now, I don't know how complicated, like, I am not a dev, or I don't know about these things, but I just imagine that would be really cool. So what are you most looking forward to?
Look, I think personally, what I am most looking forward to is that NFTs become the de facto way of buying and selling art. It might be a wild claim at this point, and maybe it's too early, but I do predict that art made by famous artists like Picasso, Van Gogh, Monet, Pollock, Warhol will all be digitized, okay, and that those digital versions one day will become accepted as the new originals. I truly think that. I would say that when the day arrives, owning the NFT will be perceived the same as, or very similarly as, owning the actual painting.
Yeah, I think that you're probably right on that. I wonder, like, if they'll be fractionalized, or I don't know how it's gonna work. But I just okay. I think that I have a real problem with NFTs because sometimes I actually catch myself dreaming about them. You know, like if you play a video game a lot, or if you do a specific activity a lot, like every day, eventually it moves to the back of your subconscious and you're thinking about it before you fall asleep. And then you end up having like a dream about it. Yeah, I might have a problem. My name is Allison and I'm addicted to NFTs. I even see them in my dreams now.
It's a bit like it's happening to me with cyborgs. I just think of them all the time. Yes.
Yeah, I'm so thankful that I found them, because there's so many people in the world that don't even know that they are a thing yet. Like they have no clue. Today I was talking to a coworker about auction for NFTs.
Right.
And I was trying to explain like the basic concept, and I showed her an image, and then I also showed her an image from the auction house. And she just had this glaze. Like she was just looking. She's definitely interested because she has talked to me about crypto before. But when you talk to friends or coworkers about these things, they sort of just look at you with this like, wow, what is this person even talking about? I wonder, what are they thinking? Like, does everyone think that we're crazy? Because for me, like, I talk to Corey 25 times a day, and I'm texting like other people in our community. I'm in the server as a mod. I'm hopping in other servers, talking to people. And my entire Twitter feed, I've curated it now so that it's about 80% NFTs, maybe 10% news, 10% regular crypto stuff. And that's it. So my day, like, I'm choosing to consume that content. So like, I'm in deep, like really deep. And I just
He
wonder,
really is.
just just walking around, like, what do they think about NFTs? Like, I think that soon we're going to be leasing out our NFTs. Like, for video games, you're going to be able to rent your assets. Like, if you just look at Axie already, they have scholarship programs where if someone can't afford to buy the Axies, they can join the scholarship program and play with someone else's Axies and earn an income off of that. I think that you'll be able to get loans against high-end assets. We already see the fractionalization of NFTs. We see that happening. I don't know. The future is going to be really cool, and I'm very excited about it. I'm very thankful that I found your work, and I wanted to thank you for coming on our show today.
I'm the one that should be thanking you, because, as I said, I wasn't expecting not even a single cyborg to sell. Seriously, just people connecting with me. It has been amazing so far, and I look forward to more.
You so graciously have donated a cyborg to this stream as a giveaway. So
yes,
everyone that is watching, if you would like to enter this giveaway, what you're going to have to do is, it is going to require that you have a Twitter account. So do not leave it in the live chat. Leave it in a regular comment in this video. You could comment anything you like about our stream today or about Human's Cyborg collection, but it has to include your Twitter name. And then go on Twitter. It's a two-step thing. So then go on Twitter to our Cryptonairz account. All of the links can be found in the description, and you will see a tweet promoting the stream today. Please leave your Ethereum address there. This is the only way that we will be able to communicate with you. Then Monday on stream, we will use the comment picker, and we will pick the winner live on stream on Monday. So again, first step is to leave a comment on this video, and it must include your Twitter name. Then go on Twitter to our Cryptonairz account and leave your Ethereum address. And then Monday, we will pick a winner. So thank you for donating a cyborg to the community. I know people are going to be really excited about that one, especially because they're very hard to get.
They are. They are.
Yeah. Okay. Corey, did we have anything else to talk about for Monday that we wanted to say before the weekend, or?
We will. I just want you guys to pay attention to what's scrolling across your screen. If you've enjoyed this comment, all these comments, but the content, the cyborgs have scrambled my brain, but that's okay. If you've enjoyed the comment, please make sure that if you haven't already, you have subscribed to this channel. We're a new channel and we're working on growing, and we would like you to subscribe, share this content, and like it. Make sure you leave a like as well as a comment, and follow the instructions that Allison gave. If you'd like to interact with us on the daily, you can find us in the Cryptonairz Discord. There is a Fall 35 coupon code that you can use for 35% off of any subscription level to join that Discord. Just go to cryptonairz.com and sign up there. Other than that, you guys, I appreciate everyone who tuned in to listen to this amazing interview and to interact with this amazing artist. It's very appreciated, all of the positive feedback that we got. Make sure you go to his Twitter. You follow him. You go check out his collection on OpenSea, and all of that is in the description box, guys. And I hope that everyone will have a blessed weekend and that you will all enjoy and be safe and good health and have fun family time, and that we will see you again on Monday. And we're here Monday through Friday for Around the Clock every day, Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. We love you guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a great
Thanks, guys.
weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.